developing a pair of Popeye looking forearms that are not only strong, but also muscular as well, can make you look yoked. You got a t-shirt on, you've got a shirt on at work, and someone sees some rolled up sleeves, they see these forearms popping out, they know that you're serious, they know that you lift, and it's the sign of someone that is strong. You can't have these yoked forearms without being someone that can do something with their body, whether it's a tradesperson that works outside, or if you're just a gym rat that's lifting and lifting hard. My tip for forearms is a concept first and foremost. Not using straps where possible on upper body exercises. So not using straps for rows, pull-ups is fantastic for getting in just cumulative stimulus into your forearms. And the argument's coming straight away, but you're not able to fully exhaust your back muscles because the grip's a limiting factor. Look how big your back is. Sure, it's a component, 80-20 principle. Spend the majority of time lifting without straps. If you're really cooked on your last set, go for it, chuck on some straps, fully exhaust your back. That's all gravy. But if you just lift with straps, your grip will be weak. Your forearms will atrophy into absolute oblivion. They'll waste away. For personally, jokes aside, when I was entering the bodybuilding world, straps, everyone says, you gotta use straps for everything, use it. I really suffered on my compound lifts because you gotta think your grip and forearms, your hands are essentially a connection to your shoulders. So if you can't grip it, you can't rip it. There we go, I'm just spitting bars. But it can reduce your neural output if you don't have a foundation there. And I think it's pretty unanimously agreed upon. Obviously other things where grip will really limit you, RDLs, deadlifts, use them on that. But when you see someone in the gym doing, I don't know, a bicep curl with straps and Jeff's just absolutely just wants to scream over there. It's not good. So first thing, lift without straps. Use them strategically, you'll develop pretty good flexors. The hammer curl has come under some criticism recently, and I don't know why. I think it's, when done well, it is a real key exercise for developing the other areas surrounding elbow flexion. So it develops the brachioradialis, this one here, as well as the, can we see that there on the camera? Yeah. The brachialis that sits between your bicep and tricep.
That is unpumped.
That is, yeah, that's what you think. So doing this neutral grip really does bring up that forearm and outer biceps muscle, which you're not going to get from just doing your regular curls. So I would put that in as part of your biceps homework to overload it. Of course, you could throw in neutral grip rows, but we're already doing those. This is about underrated exercises that will develop the forearms, and I'd say hammer curl, put them in there.
Cool. Yeah, I love hammer curls. I think they're underrated and super good, super important, and a lot of people are lagging and lacking in that area. Like some people have the biceps, but then they do lack the overall thickness. And then I've seen some people with okay upper arms, but then they're lagging and lacking in the forearms, and it just looks a little bit strange. Yeah. Sometimes you just can't put your finger on it. You're like, okay, well, there's something missing there. And I think, yeah, relying on straps too much can do that. And
the hammer curl is an exercise where you want to ego lift. This isn't one where you're going to use a perfect big squeeze there, slow, controlled, eccentric down. I like the example of Doug Miller, his form when he's doing these. Heavy ass weights, just absolutely slanging them up and down, and just seems to match the overloadability of hammer curls. Yeah. Because if I was just to use light weights, perfect form, I'm not tapping into that muscle damage that I get from just loose form towards the end. Really getting that muscle damage, make sure that's the limiting factor. Yeah, for sure. And it's one of the most elbow-friendly curls out there compared to an underhand grip where sometimes, the elbows can get a little beaten up. If someone is doing underhand stuff and like really flinging weights around, I wouldn't really recommend that. But that neutral grip is just so sturdy, and it's how we are at rest. If you're just sitting there, you're standing there,
you're not, unless you're, if you saw someone sitting there like this, you'd be like, all right, well, what's weird?
Jeff, have you not referred to the anatomical chart where we should be standing?
The Vitruvian. Yeah. Whoops.
Whoopsies.
Messed that up.
Yeah, that's perfect posture, by the way.
But typically, most normal humans are neutral grips.
Airport security, man. What are you doing at airport security? You got to be like this. I've got to get prepared to do that in a moment.
Sorry, on the neutral. I am going to say a reverse grip curl. So we've done neutral hammer. I'm going to say reverse grip. This one I would say is in some ways the opposite, because it's one that you probably don't want to go super heavy on. Because for this, the fingers are not going to usually be the limiting factor. Sometimes it might take some adaptation time so you can totally grip the dumbbell. You might find the dumbbell sliding up slightly until it gets to like the top of the dumbbell, which is fine. But for a reverse grip, often your hands will be the limiter. The forearms will be the limiter. And so I wouldn't even really think about this as like an upper arm movement. It's more just for the forearms. Yeah. And this is one where higher reps, 12s, 15s, even 20, and then also going beyond failure, I think, with doing partials at the end.
Yeah, it's such a sick exercise because as you're doing elbow flexion, curling up, you extend your wrist to the top, and then as you're coming down, you'll lose it. You'll lose it, and then you get a stretch through there.
You're getting more. It's more active. Like some people might say on paper, oh, it's just an isometric. It's not. Yeah.
It's getting the stretch, which is what we like through the extensors, which is a undertrained area, because we know we're not going to sit there and put our forearm on our leg and just do extensions in this way. We want to hide the medicine within the exercise that we're going to do, because no one's skipping curls. Everyone's doing their curls. If you can find a way to just sneak in some forearms in there, hammer curl for this part of your forearm, the outer bicep, pronated bicep curls, then that's fantastic.
And I think it's just a little bit more dynamic as well, right? Because it is not just super isolation. You have the ability to get a little bit of oomph involved, either like maybe some rotation or maybe some hips involved, which a little bit is totally fine. Whereas if you're just locked into a bench and it's just isolation, you don't really have that freedom to move a little bit more naturally.
No. Get my hybrid program linked below on fitnessfaqs.com, and you're going to fall in love with this style of training.